So as we were discussing, like management, whether it be at Target, whether it be at Bud Light, whether it be Anheuser-Busch, whether it be at Fox or CNN, you really need, in all of these large institutional like places, you need good leadership. Leadership is everything. And when you have a leadership vacuum, as I do believe CNN is going to continue to have, I mean, what do they have? 3, 4 people? I saw 4 and then I saw 3 people that are in charge of the place. My advice to them is, listen, keep your head down, rally the troops as much as you can. Don't seek all the publicity. In my business, they have things called what they call soft launch. Like if you have a soft launch for a show, you don't do a big public spectacle, putting your face all over the buses in every town in America saying, hey, watch Trish Regan on YouTube. You don't do that because it's not as authentic. You ideally want to be able to grow an audience, right, from the ground up. And that's the way that I believe certainly it's the most rewarding for the audience and for the product or the network itself, in this case, just little old me. But in the case of this particular manager, Chris Licht over at CNN, there was a ton of stuff written about him, a lot of high profile pieces, a lot of nice little puff pieces. I think that he thought with the Atlantic, he was going to get another puff piece and they just totally took him down. And you have to be very cautious of that. I mean, you don't want to be out there tooting your own horn until the appropriate time. And so I think Joe Rogan is a great example of this. I mean, Joe kind of just all of a sudden was on the scene and everybody was like, oh my gosh, this guy has like 11 million listeners a day. I mean, it's just incredible how many people are listening to him, how many people love his show, and the following he has. It is just enormous. So you didn't hear about him in the news cycle the way you've heard about a lot of other talent on so-called networks. And in terms of management, that's one where, again, you got to tread carefully because you got your talent out there watching you at every move. Chris Licht had a lot of articles written about him. And it's like, no. You want the articles about the network, right? And the people that are supposed to be the stars, the ones that are on camera. You don't want every article about you because that's actually going to generate a lot of bad will, dare I say. And in fact, I was right. I mean, I looked at it as it was all going down. I'm like, why are they doing? In fact, I wondered at one point if it was actually by design. Were they doing this so that they could actually, throw him to the wolves, so to speak, when and if needed? But I don't believe that was actually the case. I think this, again, if one is to believe the Atlantic article, a lot of this was generated from him, that he did want some positive publicity. And I would just say, look, do your job, keep your head down. Whoever goes in there to manage it, it is a thankless position to be in. You've got your work cut out for you. You might need somebody internally that really has the respect of the rank and file again. But then again, you may not be able to change it. And if you want to change it, you're going to have to really roll up your sleeves and make changes.